Recently, we have posted a poll in our YouTube community that do you believe India is going to be a global semiconductor destination? Maximum vote came for a yes. What are the news that creating this positive buzz in people's mind? Want to know in detail? Stay tuned till the end of the video. Vedanta Group is entering into chip manufacturing and announced plans to form a joint venture with Taiwan's Foxconn. Vedanta will finalize a location for its $20 billion semiconductor and display plants in India. They are expecting to have the first chip product ready in 2 years. Vedanta Chairman Mr. Anil Agarwal said, Foxconn is our technical partner. We may not take equity partner for the fab. Vedanta is seeking incentives from Government of India and is also in talks with several Indian states on the unit's location. The first phase of Vedanta's project will entail an investment of $2 billion. India estimates its semiconductor market will reach $63 billion by 2026 compared with $15 billion in 2020. You have to create another Taiwan in India, as Mr. Agarwal said, noting that India will have to focus on bringing the entire semiconductor ecosystem locally for it to be a global. Recently, Foxconn Chairman Yang Liu has on a visit to India as its India arm Bharat FIH proceeded with plans to go public this year. During his visit, Mr. Liu has met Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi, Minister of Communication, Electronics and Information Technology Ashwini Vaishnaw and Minister of State for Electronics and Information Technology Rajesh Chandrasekhar. He has also met Akash Hebbar, Vedanta Group's Global Managing Director of Display and Semiconductor Business as part of proposed partnership between Foxconn Group and Vedanta Group. Another news came that Tata Electronics is in talks with large global semiconductor companies and outsourced semiconductor assembly and test vendors to enter into advanced packaging of semiconductor components. OSAT vendors provide third-party integrated circuit packaging and test services. Tata Electronics has an operational facility in Hosur, Tamil Nadu and has surveyed 4 states, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Telangana and Odisha as prospective locations to house its new facility. Third news is Elest, a subsidiary of Rajesh Exports, has decided to build India's first modern display manufacturing unit in Telangana. This comes in the backdrop of the Union government's 76,000 crore rupees incentive package for domestic manufacturing of semiconductor and displays. It includes an investment of 24,000 crore rupees to make the most advanced AMOLED display panels used in advanced smartphones. Another news is Belgium-based semiconductor research organization IMEC has agreed to provide technical support to create a semiconductor ecosystem in India. According to officials from the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, IMEC will also develop talent and research abilities in the country. Talks between India and Taiwan for signing a free trade agreement are now underway. Both the nations have started negotiations with a primary focus on setting up of a semiconductor manufacturing hub in India by a Taiwanese firm. Taiwan wants to move its businesses away from China and India wants to become a global hub for semiconductors. A successful agreement would help both the countries. Taiwan is eyeing the possibility of establishing a representative office in Mumbai given the huge potential for investments and manufacturing in the states of Maharashtra and Gujarat. We have already mentioned in an earlier video that ISMC will invest $3 billion in Karnataka to set up a chip making plant. India's first semiconductor fabrication unit is expected to generate more than 1,500 direct jobs and 10,000 indirect jobs. ISMC is a joint venture between Abu Dhabi-based Next Orbit Ventures and Israel's Tower Semiconductor. US chip giant Intel Corporation has announced plans to acquire Tower. Chief Minister of Karnataka, Shri Bommai, is very confident and said, like we pioneered IT, BT and startups in India, we will now pioneer in the semiconductor sector too. Well, India aims to become a key player in the global supply chain for chips. So, Government of India has a planning of expanding incentives beyond an initial $10 billion plan for those investing in semiconductor manufacturing. Semicon India 2022 have been organized to get experts from all over the world to come together to discuss various subjects, including India's India's future in chip manufacturing. The semiconductor sector had a wide geographic dependence. For instance, the Netherlands is the only country that makes chip making machines, and South Korea is one of the largest chip manufacturers. According to experts present in the event, global order is changing and like-minded countries must work together to keep the supply chain intact and smooth. They expressed confidence India can become a semiconductor hub. Gert Heikoop, Consul General of the Netherlands, said India built space technology from scratch in a few decades and is now launching satellites at less than half the price that we do within Europe or the United States. Such a country can build on semiconductor technology and become leaders in this area. India, Israel, the US and the UAE is looking to form an alliance for chip manufacturing. Ambassador of Israel, Naor Gilon, said on this context that the world was changing and countries were now looking for regional alliances. The group of four is said to work on infrastructure with an emphasis on technology. India brings in technology and a huge market. The UAE brings in finances and ability to transport and build business. The Americans are bringing the full package. We are the smallest player here and are bringing technology. This alliance is extremely important for the future of our countries. He added, recent development in and around semiconductor industry in India has created tremendous positive impact globally, and more news of investments are coming. When global companies come to India, it's good news. When Indian companies go global, it's even better. When Indian companies make global setup in own land and create global impact, it's the best. Do you agree? Don't forget to add your comment. Stay tuned, stay focused. Namaste and Jai Hind.